So I, while I was cooking my dinner, which is like chips. I don't know if I'm showing that very well. Sweet potato and potato chips. Just simple dinner tonight. I was just talking to myself. Sorry for eating with my mouth full. I'm talking while I'm eating. I was like having a pretty deep conversation with myself, because been noticing when I camp that people will watch me, particularly older people in camper vans and caravans, whatever, especially men. I mean, I don't know what it's about. It's got nothing to do with me anyway. But I feel very judged when people watch me, or, because they'll sit back and they'll watch you. Especially they'll watch you struggle, and then maybe sometimes a day or 2 or 3 later, sometimes a week later, they will offer you help or information that would have been helpful when you arrived, when they first watched you struggle. And that, it's been bugging me all day. I find it really triggering when people watch me struggling, and they don't help until it's no longer helpful, until it's too late. And that I realised while I was cooking that what was coming up for me was I've been through so much in my life. I've been through some really awful things, like, child abuse, a lot, emotional abuse is really, there are so many elements to it, and it's full on, there was also physical abuse, and although it wasn't quite as impactful, and sexual abuse, and I've been raped, I've had an abortion, I've been used. A lot of people have been put down by a lot of people. I've had people projecting their shit onto me all my life, and I've accepted it all, and I've hated myself all my life because I was hated so much. My own mother hated me since I was a little. In this relationship that I got out of it over a year ago, people have watched me struggle. People have watched me in situations that are not normal. And people accepted the narrative that they were told, or their narrative that was easier to believe. It was easier to believe that I was a problem child, or that I was the abuser in the relationship, or that I was a problem, or, whatever it was, or that I was raped because of how I dressed, or because I was drunk, or because I was depressed, or, or because I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, or because I chose to go out by myself. Like, why the fuck are women responsible for men's actions? That's another thing that's been bothering me. I get asked this question sometimes by older men at campsites, is, what's it like being, traveling as a woman? Do you feel safe? And like, that question really bothers me. Because I know, to me, men who ask that question are men that don't take responsibility for their role in making the women around them feel safe. It's a man's job to be safe. You know, women shouldn't have to feel unsafe travelling by themselves. No, women shouldn't have to feel unsafe going out at night by themselves. Women shouldn't have to feel unsafe because they choose to dress how they want to dress. You know, I dress now the way that I want to because I was too afraid for so long to dress how I dress. Like, if I want to walk around in a crop top and little shorts, I will now. Because, for one, it's fucking hot during the day where I am. I don't want to get a tan because I'm sick of having a white stomach. And, you know, why are women responsible for where men look? Why are we responsible for what they think and whether or not they act on their thoughts? Why are we responsible for their behaviours? I have a huge problem with this. And I'm sure I'll be making future videos about it. But it's, you know, this isn't a, you know, men versus women thing. This is a, you know, something, as a society, we've let this, you know, we've just accepted the way things are for so long. You know, but that's just the way things are, that, you know, like, I hate hearing that. Or what do you expect? Or, you know, like, or, you know, we can't do anything about that. Like, I hate hearing stuff like that, whether it's about these issues or other issues. But if we want things to change, we have to be the change. We can't just, you know, how the hell do we expect our society to change and improve and get better and become a safe place if we don't address these issues, if we don't start changing our perspective, if we don't start taking responsibility for ourselves and for what we put out into the world? If we want the world to be a safer place, we have to be safe. We have to be that safe space, that safe place within ourselves and for ourselves and for those around us. We have to start, you know, taking responsibility for the change that we want to happen. If we don't want life to continue as it is, if we don't want, you know, if we don't want the world to stay as it is and continue going down this spiral that it's been going down for a long time, and, you know, we need to do something, you know. Why are we so content to just sit back and let shit happen, let the world fall apart and go, put our hands up in the air, oh, but what can I do? There's a lot you can do. And it starts by accepting that you have the power to change things. You have the power to change the way that you perceive yourself and the world. You have the power to change your behaviors and your reactions. You have so much more power than you think you do. It's so easy to get caught up in this idea that, oh, I'm just one person, what can I do? The thing is, one person is very powerful if they own it. We are capable of so much more. so much more than we have been allowing ourselves to believe. We can do anything. And we can change this world. And it's not going to take, several generations. We can change it in this one. We can make significant change in this lifetime. If we believe it and we accept it. Because we so easily accept the bad things that happen to us. Why is it so much harder for us to accept that we have the power to turn it around? We have the power to make it better. And isn't that, so much better to believe that we have the power to change things? We have the power to make this world what we always dreamed that it could be, what it should be. What kind of world do you want to live in? Because I want to live in a world where everybody's responsible for themselves and everybody feels safe and everybody knows who they are. Everybody's living in their truth and everybody works together as one. Right now there is so much what's the word? Detachment. We are detached from each other and we're detached from what it means to be human. We're not connected. We're disconnected. And I want to live in a world where we're connected and we embrace each other and we act like one. We are one. We need to get back to that. Isn't it time? Anyway, I forgot what else I was going to talk about. But I feel like that's probably... yeah, that's a thing, huh? So, yeah, if that fires you up, if that makes you feel something, please comment, reach out, share this video. If it moved you, share it. Let's talk about this. Let's continue this conversation, because I think it needs to happen. And I feel so empowered now after just saying that. I feel like, that's been bubbling away inside me for a while, and I haven't known how to get that out, and I might not have got all of it out, but I got, I feel like I'm heading in a good direction. So let me know, and yeah, peace and love.